Morning. Hope your week was productive and peaceful, pleasant. Um, I hope everything went well for you. Obviously, I do understand that there are ups and downs and ebbs and flows of life. And so hopefully everything balanced out for you as we start a new week, a new episode. The title of this episode and the topic of this episode is about the light that's inside of you and how we need to let it shine. Not hold it back, not dim the light, um, but just let your light shine because the world needs it. Like we really need it, especially in times like these of uncertainty. And so, as I always, want to start with you're loved, you're appreciated. I don't know if enough people tell you we need you, we need you around. Like your presence is impactful to the world that we live in, and uh, you're just important to what we do. And I mean that sincerely. Like you matter, and just keep going. No matter how tough it is, you're strong enough. Keep fighting. Keep pressing toward the mark. Um, and I think as you continue to walk or run to your purpose, like life will take care of you. And we just gotta keep moving. We gotta keep shining, and that's a huge thing for me now. Obviously, in this time and this, as we get closer to the end of 2024, and we bring in 2025, it's a time for reflection. I talked about losing my uncle about 2 weeks ago and how he helped raise me. Obviously, my mom and my dad raised me, but he was probably one of the closer family members on my mom's side. My mom's brother. Uh, it's been a little tough. I kind of deal with death and departure a little differently than most people. But it's still like it's a family member. It's definitely affected my mom, and so it has a huge effect on my family. And so it is tough, and you learn to cope, right? But at the same time, like you still deal with the emotions of life. Like you still deal with the ebbs and flows of life of this individual who's been a part of your life for 36 years not being here anymore. But at the same time, you realize like to be absent of the body is to be present with the Lord. And so you know that part spiritually, but naturally, emotionally, you miss the individual. But he's no longer suffering. He's no longer in pain. Uh, he's no longer dealing with the ups and downs of life of this world. And so, and just y'all keep my mom in y'all prayers. Like that's something I've never really wanted is for her to be in pain. And so that I get what people deal with. I definitely understand it. I definitely feel the same way. Like there are down days. They really are. Like there's days that I don't want to get up, but I realize that if I was woke up, if I have breath in my lungs, if I'm breathing, if I'm moving, if I'm able, I need to make the best of it. And there's something inside of me that this world needs. Like in this dark world, we have to allow our light that's within us to shine. And I think every last one of us has light inside of us. There's something good in everyone that this world needs, and we can't keep it to ourselves because of fear of retaliation or fear of uh, people talking about us or us not fitting in. Like we were not born to fit in. That's the truth. Like we're never gonna fit in, and if you're looking for that, that's gonna create a lot of anxiety, and it's gonna cause you to be in depressive states because you're trying to be something that you're not. The light that is inside of you has to help someone, and including yourself. Like it's gonna It's gonna take you down paths that you don't see, that you can't navigate through, but that light's gonna is gonna lead you there. It's gonna guide you there. It's gonna guide you throughout it. Like, there's a lot of things that I thought I couldn't do that I've done in my life, and that's really based on that light that's inside of me. Like, this podcast is a natural light that is coming from me, that is guiding and leading others, and including myself. It's needed, especially in these times, like in these dark times of this world. Like, a lot of people say positively and negatively. I try to stay away from that. I stick to the norms of the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, the good and the bad. Like, life is not gonna have more bad than good. If you look at it, it just depends on perception. Like, it's not a bad day. And if it is a bad day, you've survived 100% of your bad days because you have another day. If you wake up the next day, you survive. It's not as bad as it seems. And we carry our bad days, our bad moments, and what happens is it becomes a bad week. And that's where it goes downhill because we don't know how to refocus. We don't know how to recharge. We don't know how to get back on the path. And in order to do that, like for us to do that, you got to have a belief system. That's the truth. You have to have something that you believe in, something that you can fall back on, something that is strong inside of you. For me, it's my faith, it's my family, um, it's my friends, it's my will. Like, I truly want to be the best in whatever I do, and so that motivates and that pushes me to continue to climb because life is tough. It's not hard. I continue to say that it's not hard, uh, because we would, as humans, we're not going to choose hard. That's not in our nature. Our nature truly is to survive, not to thrive. To the ones that want to thrive are the ones that have something inside them, some a drive that just pushes them beyond their normal measures. That they look and they see above and beyond who they seen on the outside. And I just that's what motivates me. That's just pushing myself every day, trying to be a renewed version, a better version of who I am every day. That I just keep pushing and keep pushing. That's the same for y'all. Just keep pushing. Like, you're gonna break through. Like, those tough situations you're going through is growing you. It's helping you. It's molding you. Like, you're not a finished product. And so every day you just take one step. That's all. There's one foot in front of the other, and you'll look back and you will be amazed at how far you've come from a year. Like, this time last year was different than right now. Next year will be different, and the year after be, and you just keep stacking those days, keep moving forward, keep shining that light because the world's gonna try its best to dim your light. And that, when I say the world, I'm talking about people. When I say the universe, I'm talking about just the earth itself, because the earth needs it just the same way as we need the plants for oxygen. Like, the universe it corrects itself. The world, the people in it, they damage it. And so there's always going to be a response from the universe for our acts and our actions. And we have to make sure that it's more good than bad. We have to make sure that it's more ups than downs. And in order to do that, to be able to do that, you have to push forward. You have to forge forward. You have to fight. You have to climb. You have to press forward. Like, you can't stay stagnant. You can't stay down. When you take a loss, you gotta keep going, because that's how you overcome. That's how you change. That's how you create generational wealth. That's how you open doors that have been locked in your family for a long time. Like someone has to do it. I look at myself as the person in my family that just has to keep going. Like just keep pushing forward to change and unlock generational curses in my family. And it's tough. It is. It becomes unbearable sometimes. But I realize that I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my grandkids, my nieces, my nephews, great grandkids. Like it's a way out, and it has to start with someone. Someone has to sacrifice to be able to create opportunities. And so it as tough as it is, as tough as it sounds, as lonely as it sounds, like I got to keep moving forward because it has to be done. Like the family name has to carry on, um, and I'm willing to do it. Like that's the thing. I looked again at 36. I look back maybe 10 years ago when I made that decision to just keep climbing and keep pushing, to put all my goals aside, all my ambitions aside, so I can create opportunities for my family moving forward that will just unlock doors. Like I was one of the first in my family to graduate with a degree, one of the first to graduate with a master's. My mom has now gotten her doctorate. My sister has gotten her master's. And more family members, but like it's a few of us, and so I want to change that. In order to change that, I got to walk a different path. That'll be lonely sometime, but again, that light that's inside of me, that was putting me at birth, that light's gonna shine, and my family needs that light to shine because it gives them hope. It shows them that it can be done. That a kid that grew up, I guess, in the hood, or I'm never gonna say the ghetto, but like we had everything we needed. We didn't have everything we wanted. We lived in a 2 bedroom with 6 people. Like it's a humble upbringing, I would say, and now the life I live now, it's I save more. I try to put more on the side, not for me, but for my family members who don't have what I have, who are not living a life that I'm living, so so I can create more opportunities for them to live this life later on. Like I want my nephews and nieces to be able to go to college for free, even if they're not athletes. I want them to have everything they've ever dreamed of, not easily. Like I want them to work for it, but I want them to see me get it and how I got it. And it's not the easy way. It's not a cheap way. It's not cutting corners. Like it's getting your hands dirty, right? It's work, but it's worth it. And so every time I go back home, go back to where I was raised, uh, I pour a little more into it. Like it's because it made me who I am. I don't shy away from it. Again, I'm not perfect. Nothing about me is perfect. I have my flaws. I have my faults. I make mistakes every day. I choose wrong things every day. But God keeps waking me up. And in waking me up every day, I know there's a chance for me to improve. There's a chance for me to grow. There's a chance for me to help others, and I'm going to keep doing so, no matter who likes it or not. Again, if no one ever watches this, listens to this, I'm okay because I'm pouring myself into this, and so I'm releasing anything holding me back. I talk about it every week, and I move on because that's how I grow. That's how I'll continue to grow. This is a new wave for me. This is a new opportunity for me. This is something that my nephews, my nieces, my kids, my grandkids will better listen to in the future and kind of get a glimpse of how life was, how life is currently going on right now, but also how important they are, how important they are to me, even though they're not even born yet, because that's your legacy. That's the truth. That's what you leave. Your legacy is not the things you've done. The legacy is the people you've helped, the people you've pushed forward, the generations you've saved. That's a legacy to me. It's what you're remembered by. It's not money, it's not cars, it's not clothes, it's not material things. It's the lives you've impacted while you were on your journey, on your walk. And so as I continue to forge forward, as I continue to press toward the mark, I'll continue to shine my light. I'll continue to let the world know who I am and that they're important, that they matter. No matter what someone says about you, it's what you think of you. So if you think you can be the president, you can be the president. If you think you can be a football star, you can be a football star. Whatever you think of yourself is what you eventually become. And so we all have a light. We all have light inside of us. Just like I believe all of us have darkness inside of us. I believe like we were born into that. And so we've fought against it our entire lives. And a light will overcome the darkness if you allow it. If you let whatever your talent is, whatever is in your heart, release it, let it out, because the world needs it. It was placed in you specifically for an intended purpose. Do not dim it. Do not bottle it up because someone needs it. Like I think someone needs these conversations. I know I do. And so even though I never listen to them, I just talk. Like that's the truth. I've never listened to my own podcast. I actually don't like the sound of my own voice. Um, and so I just listen to the feedback from others. Like when other people tell me how they think of it, that's what I lean on that. And so I mean they could be lying. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm putting it out there, and so you're gonna have various conversations, various comments. It's however they feel about it. It's for them. It's not for me. I've thought about it. It's in my head. I've released it, and however people feel about it, they feel about it. I won't feel any type of way about it because I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep recording because I have to shine this light that's inside of me. I have to release it. Uh, I'm more upset at that I waited this long, but I think it's perfect time, and I think it happened at the right time. But maybe I could have done it years ago. I don't know, but it's being done right now, and that light is shining on someone in a direction that they need to go, and that's what matters. That's the most important thing, is that it's being done now. And so to anyone out there that thinks it's too late, it's never too late. It's never too late to shine your light. You could be in your 50s, shine it. You can be in your 30s, you could be in your 20s. If you're working a job that you don't like, and you want to do something different, do it. Don't wait. Do not wait. Do not put it off, because you never know how much time you have. Like life is but a whisper. Like it's fleeting. I've talked about it. It's 80 summers. 80 summers is life, the average life expectancy, and give or take. And so enjoy it, live it, let that chase after whatever you love. Typically, normally, most of the time, it'll bring you joy. And if it brings you joy, keep running after it. Every day, just keep running after it. Don't stop, because once you achieve it, then you can continue to chase after something else. It's going to lead you in another direction, and then another direction. And that's what life is. It's a puzzle. It's a maze. It's a labyrinth. It's continuous improvement every day. How can I improve today? How can I better my best? And that's it's internal growth. Like we all have something to grow from. We all have something to move toward. None of us are finished. None of us are done. And if you're still here, if you're listening to this, if you hear this message, keep going. Keep moving. Keep letting your light shine. No matter what people say, no matter how people try to discourage you, they're only attacking you because you matter. They're only attacking you because your message is being heard. That's the only reason you're under attack. Otherwise, if you weren't under attack, if like the enemy is not going to mess with anybody that's going to hell. Was you going to hell already? So why bother? He's messing with the people that's going to heaven. He's messing with the people that's trying to lead people in a better direction. He's trying to create roadblocks. He ain't messing with the people that's going in his direction. They all going together. The only reason you're under attack, the only reason you're being chased, ran after, being bothered, being tormented is because you're letting your light shine. And that light is shining in the darkness, in the corners, and it's helping people. It's leading people in the right direction. And that's needed. The world needs more light, and it's inside of all of us. We can't keep it bottled up. We can't cover it up. Let it shine. And it'll brighten paths that need to be walked. And next thing you know, the world will be a much better place that our children can live in, and we'll feel better passing it to them. Right now, I don't feel that way, and so I'll continue to push forward. I'll continue to allow my light to shine bright as it can, loud as it can, so that it can show them the way, and it can teach them, and they can learn from my decisions, and they can step over the roadblocks. They can go around the detours, so they can make the right decisions, and the world can become a better place. I appreciate y'all. I truly do. I love y'all. Like, I'm gonna keep going. Like, no matter what. Like, the loss of a loved one has kind of weighed on me, but I'm gonna keep pressing forward because I have to. I need to. I don't look at myself as this important figure, but I do believe I'm an important piece to this world. Small maybe, but still a piece of that puzzle. And I'm gonna keep letting my light shine. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep going. Don't give up. Like, it's not over. It's not over. You can always change it. You can always move in a different direction. Run behind whatever it is you love. Stop being stagnant. Don't let anyone dictate your life. They're going to believe and think whatever they're going to think anyway, right? And so don't let that bother you. That's their life. Live yours. Enjoy it. Love it. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Be blessed.